Hey guys, how are you doing? I pray you're having an amazing day. I pray that the Lord is blessing you, He's uplifting you, and He's keeping you in perfect peace. Listen, this world gets crazy. Make sure that you are in perfect peace. A quick one, guys. Um, so it's about this one is really about knowing who you are. Do you know something I found out today? I was talking with a lady, a really good friend of mine, and we were talking about the perceptions in which we give off to people. And one thing she said, because we were talking about how we come across to people and how some people respond, it's not everyone that's really kind, that's nice, that's smiley. And one of the things that I said to her is that I do my uttermost best to always make people feel welcome with the way that I greet them, with my first impressions and stuff, because I really genuinely want to let people see the love of God in me. We're not all perfect, but I think the best thing we can always do is at least show consistent love towards people. I'm not saying we don't have our moments, we don't have our issues, we do. But we owe it to people to show them a consistent love of God. That's just my take anyway. I'm sure there are many people that beg to differ, but hey ho. Anyway, this older lady, again, born again Christian herself, she said something to me. She goes, because I said, why is it that some people just don't take to it, even when you're trying your best to be the kindest person in the world? And she said something really significant. She said, Sophia, it's not that you don't do your part, but you see, even before you open your mouth, people have already seen the stance you take. People can see if you're weak, if you have a meek or meek and weak are two different things. So that's a bad example. If you have a very almost kind of feeble presence about you, people can tell that you're usable, they can use you. If you have a very strong presence about you, people can tell that you're not budgeable, you're solid, you won't be taken for a fool. And she said to me, as much as you come off in a loving way, you also have a strength about you that people can realize, and sometimes it intimidates people. And I said to myself, but surely I know people with good spirits, whether they are of God or not yet born again and saved, they will never judge you for being who you are. It's only people with problems that judge you. Now, I left that conversation almost just really thinking so strongly about what she said. Not so much about me, but it made me think, how do we see ourselves and how do others see us? If you know me, I'm someone who always talks about fluffy things, going on about fluffy this, fluffy that. I love teddy bears, I love fluffy balls, I love fluffy pens. Listen, the list goes on. I love fluffy things. So I see myself as a very sort of fluffy character, okay? But apparently, she said, no, like, people might not see that. Like, people might see the complete opposite. A strong, solid box, like somebody who's just steady and ready for battle. Now, when she said that, I was just like, it didn't flatter me, it didn't make me, but it just made me really think, wow. So here I am thinking I'm coming off fluffy, and actually somebody's not seeing it, they're seeing something completely different. And if they have a bad spirit, they'll take it the wrong way. Or let me scratch that. If they're not confident in themselves, or if they're not exactly 100% in their own soul, if they're broken, damaged somewhere, they're gonna take offense to that. It made me think a completely different way, and this video is really just there to say, know who you are. It's a crazy, crazy concept, but really know who you are. Know what the Father says about you. Of truth, God's word upon your life is more real than what you think about yourself. So if God calls you a victor, you are a victor. It doesn't matter that you've seen disgrace or, unsuccessful situations. The point is you are a success. It might not manifest physically in that moment, but in time to come, you'll see exactly what God is saying. If you are a warrior, spiritual warrior, you may have seen yourself to have lost so many battles. But when God speaks that word over your life and calls you, kind of like how he called Gideon out of the bushes, he said, mighty man of valor, come forth. Gideon was like, who, me? I haven't even fought an ox yet. Like, what are you talking about, God? But but God saw his future and he spoke his future into existence. So I want to, and this is all part of, Eden Beauty. It's all part, you see, identity is a big deal. If you don't know yourself, you can't exude the beauty that God has given you from within. Every single person has a unique beauty. Some people are so beautiful in battle. When I say battle, they're spiritual warriors, they're justice people. Some people are beautiful just in artistic ways. They dance, they sing, and some people are crossovers, they have a bit of both. But the reality is not one person is the same. We might be similar, but we're not the same. We execute it so uniquely. So if you continue to compare yourself, I did a video when I talked about how young girls especially are exuding this whole Kim Kardashian thing. And the funny thing is that Kim Kardashian might not actually live what she lives on the screen in real life. She might actually have a completely different life being a mother of three. I made that video, so go check that out as well. I believe, yeah, I can't remember the title, I'll be honest with you, but I'll put it down in the bio, beneath this video. But the reality I'm trying to say is this, right? If you continue to exude another person's glory, you will be copying yourself dry for the rest of your life. The way God made you when he made you was so intrinsic, was so special, was so tailored perfectly, that there is literally nobody like you. Can I say that again? There is no one like you. You are the only you. You are so important to this world. You are so important to God's purposes. And if you don't know that, let me let you know that. So I did this video just to say, know who you are. Know yourself. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and come to a decision to be relentless for who you are. Be relentless. If you are a mighty woman of valor, if you are a battle axe, walk with that authority. I'm not talking about intimidating people, but if people get intimidated, tough. You are who you are. It's who you are. And if God accepts you, nobody can unaccept you, because you are accepted in the beloved. Not because somebody called you to be accepted, because God already accepted you before the foundations of the earth. So I just did this video to say, guys, you are all amazing. Keep loving yourselves, keep being you. And forget about people's perception. If they get intimidated about you being you, tough. Let them intimidate themselves, because you will not change for anybody. If God has called you perfect, keep being that. Don't change. I love you guys. God bless you and stay victorious. Bye.